Hi, everybody. I want to talk about service businesses that don't take credit cards online. Most non e commerce sites don't take credit cards online. For instance, attorneys, accountants, people that provide services, they don't take credit cards online. And I think the reason they don't take credit cards online is because they haven't really thought about how they can utilize online payment for getting customers to pay before they come in to meet them in person. And I think this is a real opportunity for businesses like that to grab the client, maybe while the client calls them. I mean, you can always have the client give you a credit card number over the phone, but there's an opportunity that you can have the agreements, maybe the retainer agreement, or maybe the fees, or whatever agreement you want to have, online with some documents, or maybe someplace where they just check to say that they've read the agreement, and then they can go ahead and pay you online. And online merchants accounts used to be a real pain in the ass because it entailed having shopping carts, having SSL certificates, which is a secure security layer which encrypts the information. All that information, all that stuff used to be very difficult, and it was expensive too. You could spend hundreds of dollars a month on a merchant's account just to take credit card payments. Well, today with PayPal, that's a lot easier. I mean, PayPal makes it real easy to take online credit card payments. There's two ways you can do it too. The one way you can do it is you can just take it where it goes right to the PayPal. The other way you can do it is where they don't even leave your website. I think it's like $20 a month if they don't even leave your website, which means you can keep them on your website to get the payment, and they don't even leave. And I can think of a couple ways where this can work. Like, for instance, let's say you're an attorney and you have somebody that's you're interested in taking their case, and they call you from your website. So they're on your website, they see everything there is to see about you. You have a short discussion with them, and during that discussion you decide that maybe you may want to, they may be a good fit for you, maybe a good client. So what ends up happening is you got to wait till they show up to your office, sign the agreements, and you go ahead and get payment from them. Well, during that period of time, they may change their mind, or they may find somebody else. You could make this all go very, very easy and very streamlined by just being able to transact the agreement and complete the deal while they're still talking to you online, and while you're with them, and you can get them to see everything and get them to sign the agreement. So there's so many opportunities for people to do that, and I very, very rarely see anybody like that even taking credit cards. Any kind of service business, carpet cleaning, anything, any kind of thing. You don't need to be selling something to be taking credit cards online. And almost everybody takes credit cards. So why not take that ability to receive money and use it in your website? And that's another reason not to have one of these really templated, nowhere websites that have no ability to do anything but give a little piece of information, maybe one page about yourself, and that's it. And real crappy little website. You can develop this to have a lot more, leverage yourself, to give yourself a lot more tools to not only get payment, but to transact information and be able to save yourself a lot of time. For instance, like with the attorney, if the attorney has a client come in and speak with them and to transact the agreement, you got to schedule some time for them. They're going to come into your office. You're going to probably fill out some forms with them. Maybe your secretary is going to spend some time with them. Then you've got to bring them back to your office, and then you got to spend some time with them. And maybe it never works out. Maybe they can't afford you. Maybe you decide not to work with you. So you wasted a lot of time with that person, where all that could have already been easily streamlined through your website by doing this all online. I talked to a lot of people in this area. I don't know how many times, I would assume it'd be a lot, that when somebody calls you up from their website that the deal doesn't work out, something happened. So they didn't necessarily complete it, or maybe they found somebody different or anything like that. So this is just a way for you kind of to make it use your website, leverage your website more, and use it for what it's intended to do, which is a tool to bring in more business and bring in more money. A lot of people think of a website as advertising. A website's not advertising. A website's an extension of your business. It's almost as important as your office. It's as important as any piece of, furniture or computer or anything like you have. It's just another piece of your business that's literally a component. It's not some nebulous advertisement that flutters into the into the into the sky at the end of the day. It's not like a maybe an ad or something like that gets heard once or twice on the radio or TV and then it's never heard again because you didn't continue paying for it. Or it's not like a flyer or some sort of print advertisement that as soon as it gets printed, gets distributed, and then gets thrown in the waste paper can. This is something that stays up online indefinitely. So it's like an asset. It's like a physical, real asset, that you can use as a tool that can do all the stuff that you need to do. So anyway, if you're wanting to take credit card payments online, it's pretty easy to do. Not a lot of, complication to it. Way, way less than it used to be. It used to be pretty complicated to take payments online. Shopping carts and all that other stuff. You can set up another page that sets up some sort of an increment of how to distribute what it is they're paying for. How many hours or how much time they're paying for, or what a retainer agreement is or anything like that. It's all easy to set up. Just has to be set up so that people can agree to it, and that's it. That's all there is to it. It's pretty easy to do. Big opportunity for people if they want to take advantage of this. So anyway, I'll put my number below. Any other information that you need or any other questions, I'd be happy to help. Thanks. I appreciate you watching.